Now I'm going to present the ITBox, its architecture, functionalities, what it offers, and what it will offer in the next future. Infrastructure Toolbox is a tool to support deployment of cloud infrastructure based on OpenStack. It provides a web interface through which is possible to configure, reinstall OpenStack services and a generic enabler on a bare metal server. It installs operating system, Ubuntu, OpenStack, in this moment Grizzly, the DCRM generic enabler, some monitoring adapters. It is based on Fuel 3.2.1, developed by Mirantis. It is released under Apache 2.0 license. The main requirements are discover servers, assign a role to discovered servers, and install and configure them with the appropriate software modules, operating system, OpenStack modules. Install the DCRM generic enabler and some monitoring generic enablers. Verify the deployment and test connection to federation. Finally, recommend the deployment model based on service capacities. It is they are main requirements. The installation. The ITBox is distributed as an ISO file which contains an installer for the ITBox master node. The ISO can be installed using a virtual environment, for example a virtual machine on VirtualBox, or a bare metal server. The first solution is suggested only for testing scopes, whereas the second solution is suggested for a production environment. We have a minimal requirements. For example, for a production environment, we should have at least 4 gigabyte of RAM, 1 gigabit network port, and a gigabit Ethernet switch, for example HP 3800. It is merely the architecture of the ITBox. It is composed by two parts, user interface and the middleware part. The user interface is composed by 2 modules. The ITBox GUI, it is a web application, and ITBox command line interface. The command line interface is a shell-based interface. Through the interface, the system administrator, the infrastructure owner, can set up and configure the next installation. The ITBox middleware provides services that run the actual provision and deployment of OpenStack and services on a bare metal server. The provisioner is a server that installs via network the operating system on the node. The node is discovered by a network by PXE. It has a repository of operating system. The official operating system is in XIFI is Ubuntu. The orchestrator module coordinates the deployment of services on different servers according to the configuration passed by ITBox interface. And according to the role that we have assigned to the server. The software deployment and configuration provides access to packages and scripts for installation. The ITBox uses Puppet scripts for orchestrate the installation. Actually, we have the version 1.2.4.2. It is a maintenance version. The version 1.2 installed the DCRM. The DCRM both in multi-node and multi-node in high availability. Installed the OpenStack data collector and the context broker. We have released the 2 maintenance versions in order to fix some minor bugs. There were some bugs on context broker and Nagios installation. In this moment, we are working on the the integration of the Keystone proxy and the installation of Cloud Portal. And the installation of NGSI adapter. The next developments are integrate the second external network. We have mentioned it when we spoke about the MD, the multi-domain VPN, the Galera arbitrator, and update to OpenStack Mirantis Havana. Here there is a discussion on XIFI community, so it's possible that we can update the ITBox on Icehouse and not on Havana, but it is an open issue in this moment. Finally, we will install, will give the possibility to install the object storage via Swift. It is a release life cycle of ITBox, so you can understand the version. We have 5 steps in development. You have the step 0, development. You have the beta version, the release candidate version, the stable version. So the first part, the number of version refers to release plan 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. The second part of the release number is the stage of the code. For example, we have mentioned previously 1.2 is the version, .4 is the development stage, and the last part of the version number is the version of bug fixing. ITBox is composed by 5 modules. There is a user interface, and there is we have 5 modules, independent 5 modules. There is a project ITBox Web, that is a web-based interface. The ITBox Puppet, that contains all Puppet scripts that run the installation on a node of environment. ITBox main, it is the main repository with the ISO build scripts. ITBox Astute, it is the orchestrator of the ITBox, which performs provision and deploy. And ITBox OSTF OpenStack testing framework, or health check that we have seen previously in health check tab in user interface, that implements post-deployment verification of OpenStack. We have a repository on GitHub where you can download the source code. The main part, the page where we describe the components is in WP3 pages, and so on. And it's all. Thanks.